Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno and welcome along to episode 24 of the Greeno Tour. This is my FM21 European journeyman where I'm currently managing Budapest Honved. Today it's the last game before the winter break here in Hungary and we are travelling to city rivals Ujpest. Let's get into it. We were last together for that 2-1 defeat at Ferencváros, and since then form's improved a little bit, I think. You can see we beat Debrecen 2-1 at home, decent win that. We went to Erd and beat them 4-1 in the Hungarian Cup, they're a lower division opposition. Beat Kisvárda 1-0 at home, followed that up with a 2-1 win at ZTE. Unfortunately, we lost to Diószegyer at home, which is a very disappointing result. But we beat Puskás again 1-0. And the last game we played, MTK, we travelled there to the concrete prison and drew 1 apiece. So, we come into today's game with Ujpest. We are sat in 3rd place in the league, as you can see here. 28 points from our 15 games. Fehavar just 2 points above us. Look at Ferencváros. They've got a 10-point lead at the top of the table after just 15 games. They're looking pretty much unstoppable. Before we get into today's lineup, there's one thing I wanted to show you in the development centre, and that's this young kid, Sándor Petri, 17-year-old striker, already 2.5-star ability, potential of up to 4.5-star. But look at some of the statistics on this player, the attributes he's got here. Finishing 16, first touch 14, teamwork 16, balance 16. So he's got a lot of promise, I think, as a striker. He prefers to play as a poacher. I think he could probably develop into any of these roles with the right kind of guidance. His development so far, pretty much all upward arrows everywhere. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this kid might be able to do in the next year or two if we're still around. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of injuries today, which are disrupting our lineup a little bit. Sam Byram, who'd come in and taken that right-back berth, unfortunately has picked up a little bit of a knock, so he's unavailable. And Daniel Gazdag, who of course is one of our starting midfielders, he's out for a little while. So we've brought in Sankovic to take over from Gazdag's role, and Mezgrani, who we saw a lot of last season, he's going to play right back today. Let's get into the game. So we're getting underway here. I'm hoping for a decent performance to round out the first half of the season today. Like I say, we've been in fairly decent form, nothing too spectacular, but 3rd overall in the table. We're 3rd in the form table currently. So we're not doing too bad. Ujpest also in decent form. I think they're 4th in the form table. Not an awful lot happening early on in the game here. One player I've been a little bit disappointed with so far this season is Raymond Molnar. He's played 13 games for us in the league and only scored twice. So whether I have to bite the bullet and put Eppel back in and slightly change the way we're playing, or whether I think about going to a 4-4-2, that's something to consider over the winter break for sure. Well, really not a lot happening here. With 30 minutes in, no highlights at all so far. Maybe we should go to extended highlights in the second half so at least we can see some action. I don't think we're going to see anything before half-time at this rate, are we? There's been some shots. 6 shots altogether. 2 on target. Obviously none of them good enough to show you, but here we go. Here's something. Is Hamer on the ball to Radetzky. Molnar. Chamed, oh, just tipped round the post by Nodji in goal there for Ujpest. That was a decent effort. Chamed takes a short corner. KD is tackled. Not a very well-worked routine, that one. But at least we've seen some action, huh? We're going in at the break, 0-0. It looks like we've been the better side. So we're probably going to tell them that we're not happy with what we've seen so far, just to fire them up a little bit. So that's motivated everybody apart from Hamer. Get them back out for the second half. We'll give it 15 minutes and then maybe we'll make some tactical alterations. The highlight here starts with Ujpest, right at the back with a throw-in. Nice ball up the line there to Vida. But Sankovic gets in and pinches the ball. Holds up the play, gives it back to KD. Back to Mezgrani. Retaining possession, which is nice. Radetzky, unfortunately that ball over the top didn't quite find its target, but we win the second ball. Back to Pugliano on the halfway line. Building it again nicely. That's not a great ball though. Picked up by Nodge in goal for Ujpest. Looks like he's going to kick it long. Can we win this ball? No, we can't. It looks like it's going to end up being an opportunity here. Whew. Good block. That keeps it goalless. Now, the winter break here in Hungary is a bit of an odd one. It's about a month long. And you'd think that would be a good opportunity to stick the transfer window in there. But they haven't. The transfer window starts about a week before the end of the winter break. So you're straight back into games again before you've had a chance to sign anyone. So that's a very odd situation. Right, I think I'm going to make a couple of changes. I'll be back in a moment. So I've brought Epel on up front to play alongside Molnar. We're going to try and go a little bit more directly into him. Demand more from the team here. We've got about 15 minutes left on the clock. Not a lot happening again, though. So let's a little bit more direct, like I said there. Have an opportunity here. Chanyi with a long throw. Oh, is that a penalty? It looked like it. And it was a push, and it is a penalty. Could this break the deadlock for us? I'm not going to say too much. Epel, great finish. Every time I say anything about a penalty, we end up missing it. So, best to keep the lips shut. Let Epel get on with his business. What a great penalty that was. Really well taken. So that puts us a goal up. Kickoff highlight, though. We might have to rethink our tactics. Obviously, I'd pushed on a bit more positively to try and get that lead. But now I want to retain it. Good ball in. That's disappointing. Make all the changes. Manage to take the lead. And straight from the kickoff, concede again. Good ball in there from Antonov. Falls to Christopher Vida. Good left foot. Nice finish. Back to one apiece. Okay. So we're going to fire the boys up. Come on. We have a corner here. Chamed to take. Cleared away, but it comes back to Chamed. He cuts inside. Oh, he's hit the bar. What an effort that was. Okay. Just a few minutes to go. I think we might take... Oh, Molnar's injured, so let's have a look and see how that's going to affect us. Well, we can bring Petkovic on, young Croatian striker, like-for-like swap. Give him a run around for 3 or 4 minutes, but it doesn't look like we're going to see much more action. We're into injury time here, 4 minutes of it. The last 60 seconds, no more highlights, it looks like. And there we are. It finishes one apiece. Well, that result keeps us in 3rd place, although Mezikavej are yet to play. If they win their game in hand now, we will drop down to 4th. But I'm reasonably happy with that as a first half to the season. I expected Fehervar and Ferencvaros to be stronger than perhaps they were last season. So for us to be still in that top 4 little group, I think is pretty positive. One thing worthy of note, though, I have been approached about a few jobs in the last weeks, championship jobs in the UK. So Swansea asked me for an interview, Preston, Crystal Palace, who are in the Championship, all invited me for an interview. So I went along to those. Didn't get offered any of the jobs as yet. Palace already appointed somebody else, but I think there are still 2, maybe 3 jobs where I've attended interviews and haven't heard back yet. So there's every possibility we might be at a new club by the time the transfer window closes here in Hungary, but we'll have to wait and see. If we do stay at Honved, and there's a good chance we will, even if we are offered one of those other jobs, I think where we would come back is probably after the end of that transfer window. So it finishes on the 18th of February. So the first game after that is away at Debrecen. So we've got a bunch of games, some friendly games over the winter break, 3 or 4, in fact 5 league games, a Hungarian Cup 3rd round against lower division opposition as well. All of that during the transfer window. And then Debrecen is the first game after that, so that's where I'd look to come back. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It wasn't a bad result, I suppose, if you're going away to Ujpest and coming away with a point. That's not too bad at all. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as a whole so far, I would love to see them below. And don't forget, if you're not yet subscribed, please come and join us. Come and hop on the Greenobus. There's plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching. And we'll see you soon, probably at Honved, maybe not, who knows. More action later. Bye for now.